next up is Triple H, and we're keeping the momentum rolling here. I'm I don't want to say disappointed that the game isn't harder. That feels like a strange thing for me to say, but um, playing it on easy mode and dominating it, losing that one match to Mosh because I was too busy assing around basically and just taking my time. But the winning everything so easily, I really wanted the game to be more of a challenge. I wanted basically you guys to hear me struggle a little bit because I just think that would make more interesting content. But here I'm just dominating just as easily. I guess I had a whole season mode worth of practice, so maybe I shouldn't be that surprised. And again, it's a 27-year-old game aimed at children, so it was never going to be incredibly difficult. I'm just trying to practice different combinations of move. I think that'll do me well in future, even if I am done with this particular game. The way the game works is not too dissimilar to the next one, so we'll see. I think it behooves me to practice different button combinations and get good at doing that style of gameplay. And then obviously the plan is to then move on to the two SmackDown games, which came out in 1999 and 2000 respectively. So we'll we'll get to those, and they've got a completely different gameplay style and a lot more easy kind of arcadey style, which I think will be a lot of fun. But I am still really just enjoying playing Warzone. What I might do is at some point go back and play the Nintendo 64 version of this game. That might be fun to compare the two, because I was never a Nintendo 64 kid. I was always a PlayStation kid. So I only ever played the Nintendo version of this game and Attitude and like No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000, which they're great games, but I didn't play them at the time. I played them, I would play them occasionally at a friend's house, but I I was very much a PlayStation kid, so the SmackDown, I was all about the SmackDown games rather than No Mercy, which I think lots of people call, the greatest wrestling game of all time. I can see why, it's a lot of fun. That arcade gameplay style is a lot of fun. I could go back and play the even older ones, like on the Sega and the N60, not the N64, the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo, but I think they might be a little too old for me to properly enjoy. That was kind of before my time. Stomping on his hip. It's interesting that Stone Cold Steve Austin isn't on the pyramid this time. He was on the front cover of this game, and he was very much the focal point of the company's resurgence in 1998. He's very much the reason that this game sold as many copies as it did, and it's the reason that the WWF got so incredibly popular. So you would think the game would default to just including him as much as possible, but I suppose that probably is a good indication that it's random, the fact that he's not on this pyramid for me to battle. he, I just tried like three or four different moves in a row, and he countered or blocked all four of them. What an asshole! I told you I hate Triple H, which will tickle if any of my friends in real life are watching this. That will tickle them that I found a way to work in how much I don't like Triple H, which I stand by. I stand by. So much so that I'm just going to beat him really quickly with that tombstone. No messing around. I could explain why I don't like Triple H, but I'm not. I'm not going to. If you know, you know. He did get the beating of his life, Jim Ross. Alright, so I'm coming off that win over Triple H and battling his DX teammate, me and Shawn Michaels. I am a huge Shawn Michaels fan, mostly based off his 2002 comeback. I started watching during the Attitude Era for Stone Cold Steve Austin, and so that era is my era, and I've got a lot of nostalgia for that era. Shawn Michaels was gone from WrestleMania 14, so I've seen a lot of his early stuff, and I can obviously appreciate how great he was. But for me personally, Shawn Michaels' peak was very much his comeback in 2002, and one of my all-time favorite performers based off the strength of that comeback. He's incredible.
Locked together. He threw him like a sack of potatoes. The Undertaker up close and personal with the match.
I do still find the fact that all the wrestlers are doing their own grunts really cool. You don't get that anymore in the modern games, which is a shame. But I guess there's now so many people on the roster and in the game that it would be difficult to organise the logistics of that.
The Undertaker goes for a ride. They lock horns.
He's blocking a lot of stuff. I keep defaulting to that backbreaker. That's the new hammerlock. Maybe the chokeslam is. I mean, I've hit a few chokeslams per match.
Shawn Michaels, the Sing Stars.
I do love the chokeslam. That looks great.
Shawn Michaels not so fresh now. He can't just hang back. Shawn Michaels can't shake that.
Maybe I'll let Shawn beat me up a little bit just so I can hear his recorded taunts. I want to hear him speak.
Locking horns now.
Oh, new move. And another. Man. Oh, and then Shawn just shrugs it all off to pile drive me.
Wrestling like a girly man. He grabs him.
Okay, let's go for the trademark missile drop kick. I think we all want to see the missile drop kick, right?
This could pay off big time. There he goes.
Bam. Very satisfying that I caught him even while he was trying to run the ropes.
The fans have totally lost it. The Undertaker is really getting their money's worth.
I'm trying to. Oh, head scissors. This is another good demonstration of the character model thing I was talking about. You know, that Shawn and the Undertaker are basically the same size.
The Undertaker is down. What a slam. This crowd is deafening. We're really getting behind Shawn.
Man, he's all over me. It's fitting that this is the most difficult I've had. You know, I was singing Shawn's praises and talking about how great he is and how he's one of the few people in this game who had been WWF champion when it came out. So it's fitting that I'm having a hard time with HBK. Okay, there we go. A little bit of momentum. He did well, but let's put an end to that. Let's see how far I can jump. I wonder if there is a limit to how far the character will jump. Like if I knock him down in the wrong corner and then climb up the other side of the ring, will I be able to clear the whole ring? Let's find out. That's an experiment. That's a good experiment. I blocked that clothesline. I'm kicking his ass now.
No.
Shawn's dialogue sounds a little muffled. It makes it sound like he recorded it on a telephone. Maybe he did record it on the telephone. Okay, so he's down there. So let's climb up this corner and see if I can clear the whole ring. This is just an experiment to see. No, okay, cool. There is a limit to how far the character will jump. He's blocking everything. Very frustrating. Didn't block that though, did he? I'm trying to chokeslam him, but I keep pressing this because I'm pressing the same button combination over and over again. The crowd are going to turn on me eventually. Okay.
The crowd goes crazy. The Undertaker has one of the biggest followings in the WWF. Shawn is on Dream Street.
And there it is. Tombstone. The bone-crushing tombstone. That'll do it. Another incredibly strong performance. I enjoyed that. Just because I love Shawn Michaels. even kicking his ass and beating him with a tombstone. The crowd chanting my name as well. The momentum is snowballing here.
I've already beaten all the WWF superstars. There's only one thing left for me to do on my quest for the title. Crush you like a bug and hear you scream under my foot.
Alright, is this one going to be in a cage too? 2 for 2 with cage matches so far. I kind of want something a little different. Let's see what we get. Another cage. That's fine. That's fine. These have become very quick and easy to win, really. Climbing the cage in more recent WWE games stresses me out. Like, for whatever reason, the mechanic always seems to... I don't do well with things that run on timers, and they feel kind of close to being on a timer, you know, where it's... You have to hit the combination in the right order, you have to charge out the meter or whatever. I quite like this one, you just press the one button and he climbs up, and then you press the same button and he climbs down. I like that. Oh man, he is kicking my ass. Not for long though. It's interesting, different animations for the same move. So he DDT'd me and I stayed on my front, but I DDT'd him and he sort of flipped up and over and landed on his back. I wonder if they're listed as different things or if they're both just listed as DDT and the game just picks at random which animation you get after taking the move. Okay, I need to stop going for that big clothesline. It's not doing me any favours. DDT, arm drag, belly to belly. Man, chaining different moves together here. The variety is impressive. And a brainbuster. Come on, Mankind. I'll just continue singing the praises of my opponents. I talked about how much I love Shawn Michaels. Love Mankind. I talked about that before as well, but I've got a huge amount of love and respect for Mick Foley. Everything he's done, really. I talked about how great his series in 1996 with The Undertaker was. I don't really need to talk about Hell in a Cell in King of the Ring 1998. It's maybe the most famous wrestling match of all time. I'm sure I'll get plenty of other opportunities to talk about how much I love Mankind. But I can't not comment on it. Something else actually I commented on previously and speculated on and didn't have an answer for at the time. The Undertaker's tattoos. I think it was when I was wrestling The Rock in the previous series, the previous challenge series of Stone Cold. I talked about tattoos and how the game would handle those. And you can see The Undertaker does have all his tattoos. He does have all of his tattoos. This is very even, isn't it? This is what I get for starting the match by saying how easy it is. This is what I get for saying how easy I found steel cage matches. I am struggling a little, Vince McMahon. I actually think he's winning. I think my green is a little bit lighter than his. Maybe I just need to stop talking and just... You can tell in these games when I feel like I'm up against it because I suddenly go very quiet. I think what the next game will add is people whose finishing moves are moves off the top rope. I don't think there's anyone in this game who has a finishing move off the top rope, like a splash or something like that. Maybe the closest would be Shawn Michaels' his trademark elbow drop, but that's not his finishing move. Maybe the mosh pit. I think I keep mentioning Mosh. Do you see how he works his way in every conversation? He is the final boss of this game, but Mosh, I think his finishing move is the mosh pit, which is like a big dive off the top rope. I think. unlikely I'm going to find out.
Locking horns now.
Unless there's lots of people leaving comments on these videos demanding that I play more of this game and want to see me win a challenge mode as Headbanger Mosh, the WWF champion we didn't know we needed or wanted.
The Undertaker clearly in control now.
Okay.
He's really piling it on.
There we go, a little bit of momentum here. I'm going to
Mankind is
wait till he gets up, and then I'm going to wipe him out with my torpedo missile dropkick.
climbing the cage. He's got to give the fans what they want.
There we go, beautiful.
That paid off big time.
I mean, he's just out of the cage, isn't he? He wins.
Fans have totally lost it. The Undertaker is bringing down the house. Now that was swift.
I'm trying to chokeslam him.
Mankind with the momentum now.
There we go.
Can't believe it.
Boom.
Close quarter.
And tombstone.
Tombstone piledriver put him 6 feet under.
That'll do it.
Mankind the seeing stars all the way to the top. He's pulling out
Nice
all
and
the
straightforward.
stops for this match.
I love you, Mick, but it's over. Let's see, does he start climbing the cage? No, see, he reverts to just wildly shaking it like an animal. But another dominant victory for the dead man. Maybe it's because I'm playing as the Undertaker. You know, maybe it's not the difficulty. Maybe just the Undertaker is a very strong character in this game.